All right, try to get this done quickly. So I mentioned yesterday I wanted to do a devotion out of Amos, and I really wasn't getting a lot of direction. I was getting a lot of info, but not direction. But then I came into Proverbs today. Proverbs 21:3 tells us to do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice. And then y'all have a little bit more verses from that chapter in a moment. But as I was reading through Amos, I got to seeing, like this outline of God's picking, his patience, his pleading, and then his punishment. And I got a little bit, I think, out of chapter 3, but majority of it out of chapter 4. And we see him picking the people when he said, you only have I known of all the families of the earth, therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. Out of all the people in the world, God chose them, and they were special to him. And so we see that he picked the people. Next, we see that he was patient with the people. This went on for years and years, the backsliding, the going back and forth, the serving idols, the groves, the false images, the worshiping false gods, all these other things. This went on back and forth over and over, and God was really patient with them. In verses chapter 3, 13 and 14, he says, hear ye and testify in the house of Jacob, saith the Lord, the God of hosts, that in the day that I shall visit the transgression of Israel upon him, I will also visit the altars of Bethel, and the horns of the altar shall be cut off and fall to the ground. He warned them. He gave them space in this day, and we're going to see that through his pleading with the people, which was in Amos 4, 6 to 11, he tells them, I've also given you cleanness of teeth in all your cities, want of bread in all your places. You have not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I've also withheld the rain from you when there were yet 3 months to the harvest, and I cause it to rain upon the city and cause it to not rain upon another city. One piece was rained upon, the other piece whereupon it rained not withered. So 2 or 3 cities wandered unto one city to drink water, but they were not satisfied. You have not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I've smitten you with blasting and mildew, when your gardens and your vineyards and your fig trees and your olive trees increased, the palmer worm devoured them. Yet you have not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have sent among you the pestilence after the manner of Egypt. Your young men have I slain with the sword, and have taken away your horses. And I have made the stink of your camps to come up into your nostrils. Yet you have not returned unto me, saith the Lord. I have overthrown some of you, as God overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah, and you were as firebrand plucked out of the burning, yet you have not returned unto me, saith the Lord. When God does allow punishments and chastisements in small amounts, he is warning us. He is being merciful. Sometimes it takes forever. Sometimes it doesn't. If you read the Old Testament, sometimes it even went to the next generation and further down the road. God is so patient. He's so merciful, and he does plead with us to turn back to him, but they wouldn't. And so finally we see his punishment in chapter 4, 12 and 13. He says, therefore, I'm at my wit's end. Thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, and because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy God, O Israel. For lo, he that formeth the mountains and createth the wind, and declareth unto man what is his thought, that maketh the morning darkness, and treadeth upon the high places of the earth. The Lord, the God of hosts, is his name. Prepare to meet thy God. I am going to judge you. He told us early on, therefore, thus will I do unto thee, O Israel, and because I will do this unto thee, prepare to meet thy God. Prepare to meet thy God. God does not want us to just pretend to do what's right. God does not want us to say we're doing what's right. He doesn't want us to have actions of right with inner motives of wrong. Okay? He tells us, first he told us to do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice, but then he goes on to say the sacrifice of the wicked is an abomination. How much more when he brings it with a wicked mind? And we serve God with our mind, okay? It comes forth in our actions, but we serve him with our mind. He wants us to do what's right, not what's wrong, and cover it up with sacrifices and offerings. If you're going to stand up and say you're doing things for the Lord, but inside is full of wickedness, he's not going to accept it, okay? It tells us, again, every way of man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the hearts. God wants us to do right, not do wrong and try to pay our way through, or work our way through, or serve our way through, those things are not going to be accepted. He's not going to accept those. And so let's be mindful that we also are his chosen people. We were picked. He is patient with us. He does plead with us, but he will punish us if need be. Okay? To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to the Lord than sacrifice.